Title: The Gas Station at Mile Marker 181. A realistic American horror story by Neeraj Anand. Written for YouTube narration. The road. It was close to midnight when I realized I was running on fumes. The dashboard light blinked an angry
orange, and the GPS said the next town was 20 miles away.
I'd been driving since morning, Denver to Omaha, trying to make it in time for my sister's baby shower. 12 hours straight on I-80, too much coffee, too little sleep. The sky was pitch black, the kind of darkness that swallows everything. Beyond your headlights. There were no cars ahead, no taillights behind. Just me, the hum of the engine, and the endless stretch of highway cutting through open fields and nothingness. Then, like a small miracle, I spotted it. A flickering neon sign up ahead. Gas and Diner, open 24 hours. The place looked old, half forgotten, like it hadn't changed since the 70s. A single-story building with peeling paint, a buzzing sign, and 2 lonely pumps under a rusted canopy. The letters on the sign blinked on and off. Guy, Sti, Tyon. I pulled in, relieved, and killed the engine. That's when I noticed something strange. There were no other cars, no sound but the wind. The air felt heavier here, like the temperature had dropped 5 degrees the moment I pulled in. The attendant. Inside, the store smelled faintly of gasoline and old coffee. Fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, flickering slightly. The aisles were narrow, dusty shelves stacked with beef jerky, canned soup, and faded magazines. A man stood behind the counter, tall, thin, maybe in his 60s. His gray hair was slicked back and his uniform looked too clean for a place this rundown. He didn't smile when I walked in, just stared, as if I'd interrupted something. "Evenin'," I said, forcing a friendly tone. "Almost ran out of gas. You still open?" He blinked slowly. "Pumps on. Pay after." His voice was low, rough, like someone who'd smoked all his life. I nodded and swiped my card at the pump outside. As I filled the tank, I glanced back at the window. The man was still standing there behind the counter, unmoving, watching me. When I went back inside to pay, the old man was gone. "Hello?" I called out. No answer. Just the soft hum of the refrigerators and the faint ticking of a wall clock. Then a voice came from the far end of the aisle, soft, almost whispering. "You came from the west?" I turned and saw him standing near the refrigerated drinks. I hadn't heard him move. "Yeah," I said hesitantly. "From Denver." He nodded slowly, eyes fixed on me. "Road's not good this time of year. Folks get lost out there." His tone made me uneasy. "I'll keep that in mind," I said, handing him my card. He rang it up without looking, his eyes flicking once to the window, then back to me. "You're lucky," he muttered. "Last car came through hours ago." The girl, on my way out, I heard something, faint but distinct. A voice. It sounded like a woman, coming from behind the building. At first I thought maybe it was a radio, but then I heard it again. A single word, carried on the wind. "Help." I froze. It was so soft I almost doubted it, but it came again, clearer this time. "Please, help." I looked toward the back of the building. There was a narrow path beside the dumpster leading into the darkness. I pulled out my phone to use the flashlight. "Hello?" I called. No answer. Just the buzzing of the fluorescent light above me and the distant rustle of dry grass. I took a few steps toward the back. The ground was soft with mud, and the air smelled like damp earth and something else, something metallic. That's when I saw it. A shoe, a white sneaker half buried in the mud. I crouched and picked it up. It was small, maybe a woman's size 6. Fresh mud on the sole. And then, just beyond the light of my phone, something moved. A shape, small, hunched, watching me. "Hey!" I started, but the words stuck in my throat. The shape bolted into the field, vanishing into the dark. The footage. I went back inside, shaken. The old man was behind the counter again, exactly where I'd first seen him. "There's someone out there," I said, breathless. "A woman, she asked for help. Maybe she's hurt." He stared at me blankly. "Ain't nobody out there." "I'm telling you, I saw her. She ran into the field." He sighed, rubbing his temples like I'd just woken him from a dream. "Listen, son, best you get back on the road. Nothing good out there after midnight." "What the hell does that mean?" He didn't answer. I noticed a small black and white security monitor on the counter showing a live feed of the pumps in the lot. "Check your cameras," I said. "You'll see her." The man looked reluctant but turned the monitor toward me. The screen flickered, grainy and distorted, but sure enough, there I was, walking behind the building, then freezing, then nothing. No woman, no shape, no movement in the field. It looked like I was standing alone the entire time. I felt my stomach twist. I swear, she was right there. He shut off the monitor and turned it back around. "Sometimes this place plays tricks," he said. "You best keep moving." The road back. I left the store feeling cold all over. The highway looked endless again, like it was swallowing the world whole. I got back into my car, locked the doors, and sat for a minute trying to calm down. That's when I noticed something odd in the passenger seat, a small smudge of mud, right where no one had sat. I brushed at it nervously, but it smeared. Then from the back seat I heard it, so faint I thought it was my imagination. A whisper. "Don't go." I turned around so fast my neck cracked, but there was nothing there, just the empty back seat, the hum of the engine, and the rain starting to patter on the windshield. I laughed nervously. "Get a grip, man." I shifted into drive and pulled back onto the highway. The gas station shrank in my rearview mirror until the neon glow disappeared entirely. But the longer I drove, the stranger it felt. The road didn't look familiar. I'd been driving for nearly an hour and still hadn't passed a single car. Not one. The mile markers stayed the same. 81, 181, 6. The return. At first, I thought maybe I'd missed a turn. I pulled over, checked my GPS, but it just spun, trying to connect. No signal. That's when I saw it again. Up ahead, glowing faintly through the mist. Eerie and Tian. Open 24 hours. My heart sank. It was the same place. Same building. Same flickering sign. But I hadn't turned around. My gas tank was still full. My odometer had climbed 40 miles. And yet, there I was. I pulled in again, not even meaning to. It was like something inside me took over. The store looked darker this time. No lights, no buzzing. Just that same faint glow from the sign. I stepped out of the car and listened. The air was dead quiet. Even the wind was gone. When I pushed open the door, the bell above it gave a flat, broken jingle. The counter was empty. The shelves were covered in dust, like they hadn't been touched in years. "Hello?" I called. My voice echoed unnaturally, like the room was much bigger than it looked. That's when I noticed the security monitor was still on. Static. Then a flicker. It showed the gas pumps outside, and a car parked there. My car. But I wasn't in it. There was someone else sitting in the driver's seat. A woman, head down, hair covering her face. The realization. My pulse went wild. I turned and looked out the window. My car was right there, empty. When I looked back at the monitor, she was gone. Then I heard it again. That same whisper, right behind me. "Don't go." I spun around, nothing. Just the empty store, the flickering light, the faint smell of gasoline and mud. I stumbled backward toward the door, trying to make sense of what was happening when I saw something on the floor. A white sneaker, the same one I'd found behind the building. Only now there were two, both perfectly placed side by side, like someone had just stepped out of them. Kyo. The ending. I don't remember leaving. I just remember driving. Fast. The highway blurred by, mile after mile, until the sun finally started to rise behind me. When I stopped at a diner around 6 a.m., I went inside shaking. The waitress asked if I was okay. I just came from a gas station off mile marker 181, I told her. Something's wrong there. She frowned. Mile marker 181? Yeah, old place. Neon sign. Says open 24 hours. Her face went pale. That place burned down 20 years ago, she said quietly. Nobody's been out there since. I laughed, but it came out broken. No, I was just there. The old man, he filled my tank. She shook her head slowly. Honey, there ain't been anyone working that station since the night that girl disappeared. I froze. What girl? Local hitchhiker, she said. They found her shoes behind the building, never found her body. I didn't say anything after that. I just left. My receipt from the gas station is still in my glove compartment. No name, no address. Just one line printed at the bottom. Mile marker 181. See you again soon. Final line. Sometimes, when I drive that stretch of highway at night, I still see the glow of a flickering neon sign in the distance, and every coo